Hey guys, good. I don't know what the time is where you are, but wherever you are, good day. I hope you're enjoying your day. So today we are going to be looking at a color grade slash how to edit low light images, depending on if you shoot low light. I've been getting a lot of requests recently on how I shoot and color grade low light images. Well, first of all, let me say this. I tend to shoot low light images because I really love low light images, and I don't know. I feel this is a personal opinion. This is not a general opinion. I feel like when it comes to low light images, it's more beautiful when you color grade them. It tends to pop out the colors than when you color grade overexposed images. And like I said, I feel it's a personal opinion. You don't need to take this seriously. So this is our image, and this is the image we are going to be color grading slash editing. Now notice that this is like a very low light image, but we are looking to get something beautiful out of the image. This is an image I posted on Instagram like about a month ago, and I got a lot of requests saying please do a tutorial on this, and well, yes, here we are. So without much hesitation, let's get to it. So this is image, and we're going to be color grading slash retouching. Now, okay, not necessarily retouching. Okay, before I proceed, I want to say this. Understand that if you don't have a camera that shoots in very good dynamic range, you should not be trying things like this out. I shoot with a Nikon D750, and it has a very good dynamic range. So you shouldn't, or I'm not advising anybody to be shooting directly into the sun like I would do here. So without further ado, let's get to it. So the first things I want to do is I want to play with this totally. Oh, I think I just changed something. Okay, it's back to normal. I want to increase my exposure because I need to know how the light looks, so I know what I'm working with. So I need to increase my exposure, probably something around here, and probably just add a little bit of contrast to the image. It's not looking nice right now, but just give it some time, it's going to look better. So somewhere around here. Okay, I like the way the sunset is looking from behind. So now it looks like, although it's kind of overexposed, so I'm going to like bring down my highlights totally. I'm going to bring down my highlights totally. Now you see what the image now looks like when I bring down my highlights totally. So I'm going to like drop my highlights to somewhere around, just drop almost everything, just leave around 95. Then I'm going to pop my shadows. Yes, I love when I do this. I just pop my shadows and then boom. Now see the image is, well, this is where we came from and this is where we are. So yeah, back to this. So then I want to reduce my whites a little bit. Just reduce them probably somewhere around here, let's say. Then what else? Probably increase my blocks a little bit. So I think I want to be looking at before the image and after, so I know where I stand. Now I don't think I need to really explain what's going on here. It's just trying to get the possible best out of my situation right now, and this is what it looks like. So I'm going to increase my texture just by like 5 or 8, something around there. Increase my clarity. There's increasing my clarity because I don't want my image to look soft, and I'm going to increase this. Yes, so this is where we are, this is where we came from, and oh, it's not looking that nice right now, but don't worry, we're getting there. So yeah, I just want to like increase the vibrance a little bit, something say around here. Okay, this should be okay. Now the next thing I want to play with, now normally I tell people that there is a tone curve inside the camera raw panel, and most times a lot of people fail to use it, or they don't use it, and I don't know why they don't use it, but it's one of my favorite places to play with because you could adjust a lot here. If I pull my reds up or down, see what it does. You see what it does. Even though that's not what I'm going to do, I could even decide to, now you see, I could decide to leave it like this, but no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to like take it back to normal. And well, this is not necessarily my editing process, but reds, you have your reds, you have your green, and you have your blues. Red is the opposite of magenta. Your blues are your green are your your greens are your cyans, and your blues are your yellows. So I don't know, but I would best advise, if you're an editor and you use Camera Raw or one of these apps, I would best advise you take out time to study your colors and check out the curve panel in here. So the next thing I'm going to do is I want to increase my highlight. I'm going to reduce my highlight a little, just a little bit, just reduce it somewhere about here, but let's bring this up. So this is where I play with the curves panel more. I love working with curves. It's very beautiful to color grade using curves. I don't know, I think it's a personal opinion, but I do a lot with my curve panel. So I want to reduce my midtones. When it comes to curves, these are your highlights, these are your whites, these are your midtones, these are your shadows, these are your blacks. White, highlights, midtones, shadows, and blacks. So yeah, I want to increase my blacks a little bit. Nice. Now see, I have this feel that makes it look like just popped out the shadow. Now this is this. So now look at this. So just see if I do this. This is what the image looked like. Now this is what it is. So this is just amazing. This is nice. So I want to touch my red a little bit. I don't think I'm going to touch any other place in this panel, just my red, probably just the shadows in my red. Note, I was going to try out something like this. This is beautiful, but nah, I think I'm going to touch that like later. So I want to just increase the shadows in my reds a little bit, just something like this. Notice down here it pops this shadow feel. Notice what it does. So yeah, I'm almost done with that. So I'm going to come down here, and I need to explain what this is. Now this is another panel where you could work on your highlights. Note what happens when I increase my highlights. Note what happens when I decrease it. It works also. You could also play with this. This is my darks. See, you could also somewhere that it's nice for you to play with, depending on you in person. But this is my entire workflow. This is my process. This is something I use, and yeah, I'm just gonna leave this here. Now I want to adjust my hues and my saturation. Notice in the curve panel, I did not touch, for this image, I did not touch my blues, I did not touch my greens. But if I wanted a golden feel, I would have just reduced my blues to somewhere like this. Makes it look more golden, yellowish, rounded bluish. I'll just take it up, but I don't want any of that. I just want this right now. So I'm just gonna like move here, and yep. So first things first, I want to pop out my yellows a little bit, make the yellows look more like orange. I think around there is okay. And yes, I want to have some blues around her hand, just some blues. So I'm gonna like move this to somewhere around here. Now this image is looking nice. This is where we came from. This is where we are now. Understand that this personally is my creative process. I don't I'm adjusting everything to how I want it, and I'm doing this so you can see how I do it. Probably with more time, I'm going to explain. Probably I'll do a video on colors. If you want me to do a video on explaining how colors work, the opposite of each colors, and what you have to touch to get some certain colors, probably just drop a comment in the comment section below, and then I'm going to do a video on explaining how the colors work. Probably I'm just going to take them and do that. So now I want to work on my saturations. Yes, where do I want to increase? I want to increase my orange. Note I did not really touch a lot of things. I just touched a little bit. Just increase my reds a little bit. See what happens when I increase my reds. So notice more like her skin tone right now is red. So if I Increase this too much now, becomes too much. Now just gonna increase a little, just a little, just a little, just a little, just a little. So let's go back. If I decrease this, it looks like she's undersaturated. Just increase this, so it's more like her skin tone has taken up a little bit of reds, you understand? So yeah, one other thing I want to increase now are my blues. Yeah, note the things I'm increasing. Note that these are the things I touched in my hues, even though I didn't necessarily touch my red in my hues, but those are the only things I'm like. I didn't touch every other thing. I didn't touch my greens, I didn't touch my yellows. I could decide to do this, increase the color in my green. Now this is looking nice. I think I'm just going to leave this like this. Makes the image look very colorful, very colorful. And I'm going to like pop some things in my saturation. I want to reduce the reds just so to make her darker. Just a little bit. It's not like it's going to show. You're not going to notice it. Then just reduce this just a little bit. I could increase this, and it's like this. Now I want the sunset to look really, really sunset-ish. I want to increase my saturation here. Now, wow, this is beautiful. So this is where we are. So see, before we got here and got here, this is where we came from. This is what the image looked like until we got into the HL cell panel. Now this looks colorful and this looks beautiful. This looks very beautiful. I am loving the outcome. So yes, one other place I love playing with is my split toning. Now let me explain how split toning works. So you have your highlights and you have your shadows. Basically, split toning helps you put colors in your highlights and your shadows depending on where you want. I don't know if you get what I'm saying. For example, if I move my hue to somewhere around there and I increase my saturation, it's going to add that color in my highlights. If I move it to my blues, you see it's adding it to my highlights. Everywhere that there's a highlight, this highlight just highlight. Watch her lips, highlight. So that's basically what happens. Then if I want to add a particular color to my shadows, let's say I want to add, just for example, I do this, it now fills up my shadows. So you understand? So this is basically what split toning does, but then that's not what I want to do. So I want to add some blues just around here. So I'm just gonna make everything basic. Just let's see, 197, and just add a little bit of blues just somewhere around here. And that's actually if I wanted this, I'm just thinking about having something like this. See how it pops the shadows, it pops the sunsets in the background, makes it pop out more, makes it look more beautiful. This is really, 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 really beautiful. I love this right now. This is what it was versus now. Gives okay, now this is really beautiful, more than I expected, but yeah. So yeah, so I'm going to like just balance this out, just add a little bit of that to the highlights, sorry, to the shadows. So just do this, and yeah, although this is not my original idea, but yeah, so something around here. So where we came from to where we are, I think I'm done with this image, although that's not the initial plan, but I think I'm done with the image. I really love the outcome right now, and I think I want to stop here. Let me just reduce this a little, probably just make it blue and not pop the sunset. I think the sunset looking a little bit too much for me, so just leave it somewhere around here, then balance it out. Not to balance like this. I'm just gonna leave it here. Sorry, it's not exactly like I'm uncertain, but I'm trying this out and it's looking beautiful. Not what I expected, but I think I just want to change the digits to the original values I had in mind and just let it be the way it's meant to be, something around here. So balance this out, like 48. Yeah, 48 is okay. So yeah, let me just, I'd rather put here, looking out, this is better. Put the shadows, or put that in the shadows. Now this looks way better. Somewhere around here I think would be better. So yeah, so how did we do? So this is our image, and we came all the way from here to here. Now just a bonus, necessarily not supposed to be in this image, but let me just show you guys something. So most times people ask me, how do I pop the subject a little bit, what's the word, how do I pop my subject alone? Let me just show you something. Now can you see this, the radial filter? There's a radial filter right here. You could select, now these are already done values. I'm going to change them when I do this, but you could select your subject. Just look at this. So I'm going to clear all, and notice what happens. When you do that, you have, okay, I can select my subject. Now this are my values, so let me just put everything at 0, 0, 0, and 0. So note that with this I can select the outer part of my image and increase the luminosity, increase my exposure, and I don't affect the inner part. So I could do that inside, and I have this. Okay, no, not what I wanted. Do this. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, this is it, and I could rotate this a little bit just to fall into my image, and yes, exposure, just increase the exposure on my image. I could also do this. Now note what happens when I do this. It just picks out the particular point, please. I know I can do another one here. You now see, I can now use that one for the outer parts, I can use it for the inner parts, just anywhere I could select this. But this is not, I am not using this for this image. I'm just showing you guys just as a bonus, so you know how I do select images and the pop out, or select my subject and make them brighter in camera. Or you could use the radial filter, you could use the granulated filter. What this one does is, it's more like a gradient filter. Now watch if I increase just a particular part. So it's just something you could do on by yourself. I don't think you need, okay, or I don't think you need anybody to do that one for you. So yeah, now you know that. Now you know how I do that. So the last thing I want to do is I think I forgot to change my profile. So I don't, it's not like I love using all this. This is standard, portrait, landscape, color. Now I'm not going to use any of them. I'm going to come down here. Now you could get some really, okay, now this is where you could get like some really nice black and white filters. You could get really nice black and white filters. Take my word for it. So what I want to do is I want to come here, and there's a color I'm looking for. I think I prefer using modern most times. I use modern a lot, and this is like my favorite, modern 8. You see this? Just look at. Hey! Sorry about that. But do you feel this sunset feel is ready? So I'm gonna like close this up, and I'm gonna like reduce this a little bit, something like a 45. That would be okay. And then yeah, I am gonna do this. So reduce my temperature, make the image a little bit colder. Notice that when I reduce my temperature, it kind of like adds these blues to the side of her face. Did you notice that? Notice. So you could see the blues, you could see it there. So yes, I think my image is complete. So quick recap on how I edited this. Just play with this, play with everything here, come to my curves, just play with my RGB, yeah, shadows, this and this. And I think I'm just gonna push this up a little bit. Just, yeah, this is okay. So like I said, I could always still come here and just decide to make it look warmer by adding a little bit of yellows, but then I don't think it's useful. I already like did everything I want to do. So here's our image, guys, and this is how I color graded / edited. I don't think I want to do much on this picture. Probably just do a little bit of frequency separation, or I'm just going to like leave it out here. And well, that's that. I do not think I want to do anything more, but I love the image like this. So this is it, and yeah, that's that. So still on the recap, I think I'm not sharpening this, adjust this. I didn't even get to play with calibration. Oh my god, do you know anything? I love playing with my calibrations, but I don't think I need that for this particular image, so I'm going to let this go and I'm going to leave it down here. So this is my color grading low light image. I think that's what I'm going to like tag this, or how to color grade a low light image or a sunset image. I'll figure out how I'm going to like, yes, when I do that you guys are going to see this. So if you loved this video, be sure to subscribe to the channel, leave a like, leave a comment. Let me know what more videos you want me to do. Let me know what you have in mind. I have this whole color grading tutorial I'm going to be doing. I'm going to try to be more consistent with dropping videos. I'm going to try as much as possible to drop a color tutorial to explain how colors work. Probably just explain the colors, not necessarily a tutorial. It's still going to be a tutorial video. Yes, it's a tutorial video, but with time I'm going to drop one of those and probably do something about teal and yellow, sorry, and probably explain how you get that. I've been getting a lot of requests to do that. So thank you very much for watching this video. I remain your humble, what's the word now? It's your boy Concept Art Photography. Thank you very much, and out.